Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Wizorb. Let's continue on World 2, Level 9. There is definitely just some peacefulness, certainly. I guess it's perhaps just because you're in a forested area here. But yeah, it does just seem like you can get the ball going, and as long as you're prioritizing to catch the ball over trying to catch every single coin, which it definitely feels like sometimes you can catch all the coins, but sometimes you are very much in a situation where you need to save the ball. And this is another level where it is very much a case where all you gotta do is get the ball on the back side, and you pretty much have to get the ball on the back side of the map, of the floor, because there are unbreakable diamond boxes, and it seems they've strategically placed the the treasure chest to potentially help the ball stay in this backside area. Although I guess it could also hurt. So there's kind of a unique variety happening here. Like, you always have a magical ability, unlike Death's Hangover, where you had to earn and could lose the magical abilities and then have just nothing. But there is also a situation here where, with the exception of the white magic, which I guess I could do that to make the ball float back to the side, there's nothing else I can do. So we can just kind of constantly use the air magic, white magic to push the ball back. But even doing that used half of my magical bar. So it definitely feels like there needs to be some kind of upgrade where we double the amount of magic mana energy we have. I guess we'll just call it energy instead of saying mana, since the game doesn't say mana. So that definitely was a white magic level, whereas these could be more of a, is it dark magic or is it red magic? There is quite a lot of room here to hit nothing. But then there is also a real weird reward for hitting nothing. In that you get a refill on your mana. Missed a heart there. But honestly, I don't really need the hearts. I would argue that this probably is a spot where I would be better using the red magic. So you would think you'd just be done with the level now. But no, you've got to kill all these enemies. Which, in later levels, that could get annoying. Particularly in the case here where we've kind of freed the slimes so they can bounce around a little bit more, which gives me potentially more areas to fling the ball. But yeah, this is about as irritating as I would hope it would get. there's just a lot of intensity in this, as it feels like the ball may be speeding up a little bit. Almost got a refill on my mana. So I lucked out there. I figured I'd have to use Fireball to get rid of at least one of them. And so maybe that was supposed to be like a mini boss level where we have just a full-on reward level. Although still have to hit, I think, all of these blocks and all of these bushes. This is the first time we've seen the fairy. Fairy gave us quite a lot there. Clearly you can see the Zelda influence. And there is definitely room to make that kind of influence and that kind of reference in an Arkanoid game in Zelda. Zelda has a lot of floors. The original Zelda NES game, like a lot of floors that are kind of handcrafted with enemies in them. Variations on the theme. An Arkanoid is very much floors which are variations on the theme. So we didn't get Hoarder, though. You really, I guess, do have to pick up everything. But yeah, it doesn't feel like you're going to get a fairy in every single world. And somewhere we were supposed to have gotten an amulet ability, and I assume the amulet rune probably was something that I would have gotten from rebuilding something. We're up to like 9 hearts now, so unless the boss fight just really drains my lives, I think I'm going to be in a very good position. Although it may get weird where we have like 6 or 7 lives at the end of this world, and then it resets me back to 5. That would kind of stink. Also, it's not something I really think I'd even be too upset with, because playing this on easy, it is actually easy, whereas in Death's Hangover, easy really wasn't easy enough. I don't feel like I have the tightest of controls here with the paddle, but I am playing with a controller. Imagine if I was playing with a mouse that I might have slightly tighter controls, but it's good enough. Interesting. There's a sold out item. I could spend 50 to widen my out my paddle, but I don't think that's worth it either. I think I really should just save my resources to upgrade buildings. Now the layout of this area I think is going to be kind of annoying, and we have to be careful, or the game needs to be careful about annoying me too much with layouts that are difficult to get into and difficult to reach bricks. Feels like the game may have stuttered. I'm pretty sure that the flashing elements, like there's just a lot of flashing elements happening here, where flickering elements, and I feel like that's probably not necessary, and that might be what's causing the kind of lag that I occasionally see. Although really that would just come down to bad programming. Nothing should make a 2012 game really lag. Right. So that's everything on that side. Wanted to get that ruby, but you know, again, I guess the only thing I could do here is have the wind, the white magic, work on my behalf, and particularly in this case, I don't think it would be very helpful even. The game potentially could help me by having the ball home onto the bricks after a while. That as the ball stays in play longer, it gains a homing ability that would target specific bricks. It would just use a teleport to get that last one. Yeah, unfortunately, it does feel like a lot of levels could just end that way, where you lose the ball and then you use the teleport ability to hit that one brick. So ideally we'd start to see less reliance on less reliance on missable bricks and then undestroyable bricks. I forgot I had magic here. I could just have fireballed this guy. So again, you have a boss here that isn't just programmed to be in parallel with where you are, and is instead actually trying to hit you and damage you, which that would be fine if it weren't for the fact that there just isn't any other enemies that we've encountered yet that has tried to do that or been able to do that. The smaller slimes we've actually seen can't hit you, and you'll just float over them. So that defeated him, and that got me some item, which maybe there was something, there was supposed to be an item I was supposed to collect in the first world and I missed it. I don't know what would have caused me to get the item other than the fact that we beat this boss this time with enemies still on the field, and I cleared out all the minions in the first boss fight. So let's go back to Taro Village, and we have 1,100 gold. Now I was trying to repair all the people's food sources. So let's go ahead and repair this. That gives me an extra life, and we're at 8 lives, so we didn't actually reset to 5. So if you're below 5, it resets to 5. If you're beneath 5, in the shop here, there's kind of nothing I would want to buy. Let's go ahead and just repair the statue then. But the remaining bricks of Rampart will be built in the next level. Okay. Don't have quite enough to repair that building. And I don't think this guy or this guy actually repairs anything. We got another key. We can't afford any of that. So there's 100 here. There's, I think, 350 here. And then there is 999 for the palace here. And that is it. As far as repairing things, which really it just makes it feel like these are places where you could have gotten a couple extra lives and strategically saved your gold. But yeah, it does seem like after we repair everything, we'll just buy lives from the storefronts if we need lives, and maybe you could even buy keys. Right, so we're gonna exit this area and then just return to the village, and we'll see what's in this room. Nothing. Would have never believed that such hideous creatures existed if I hadn't seen them with my own eyes. So here's a treasure chest, but I can't open it. So you just have all this art that feels like it probably was just pre-made assets that the developer of the game bought. But there's just no interacting with any of it. So I feel like it should have been a little bit more ambitious if they were going to do that. When I grow up, I want to become the world's strongest swordsman like Owen, or maybe you could teach you magic. Let's go in here and see if there's anything different. No. I can just replenish all magic. So we have this farm now repaired. At least my daughter now has a decent place to live. Yeah, imagine if a Zelda game like this, like A Link to the Past, was like this, where you could just walk around and see the rooms but not interact with anything. That would be incredibly annoying. Really is just kind of a pointless section. So what I want to experiment with here is, can we just play again? And is there possibly a reason to play again? So would that get me like the hoarder benefit? No. I didn't collect all the magical power-ups. But that gives me like 75 GP right there. And these are very much just tutorial levels to begin with. Yeah, and you can get like perfect things. The only real question I guess I would have here is, can I then exit out of this level, or do I have to play the entire world again? Because what you definitely wouldn't want to do is just play this whole level, this whole world, a second time if you were going to just lose lives. And it is very noticeable that in this first section there's there's no extra lives that you could just grind out immediately. Yeah, I'm focusing a lot on playing the game here and not talking very much, or not making full sentences. This will be the last level. But yeah, it does seem like you could very easily rush through all of this, and I guess your only real concern might be keys and avoiding shops, perhaps, because I don't think it would be that beneficial to go to a shop earlier. It's not like the prices in shops change the deeper you get into the worlds. But then there might be an amulet or a rune in shops the second time through. Of course, the game hasn't told me to come back to this second area. It's just said it's just let me do it. This would have helped a lot in Death's Hangover too, is that if I could have gone back to a previous area to collect more souls in Death's Hangover, then I wouldn't have had to twice just start a new game to try to start over and try and gain more continues. I do think the Hoarder bonus could be a bit more generous in that maybe collecting 90% of all of these stuff would make sense instead of having to collect 100% of all the stuff. Right. And see, this is where you would have a key going to a storefront, and all progress in the current world will be lost. Are you sure you wish to quit? I guess I don't want to quit then. So, looking here on the back of the on the pause menu, we have one of 4 what looks like a shield, and apparently to use an amulet we have to collect an amulet, and then there's active charms. So maybe we're getting 1 of 4 of the first amulet, and then Maybe we'll have to get 1 of 4 to get multiple amulets to make multiple charms, or maybe charms actually work with amulets, or maybe the first amulet we collect only lets us activate some charms. I have put myself in a weird position here. This is where I want to end the episode, but next episode we're going to have to speed run through the rest of this level for potentially no good reason. Like, it does seem like I can be pretty flippant on the gold. This might pay off in some way, in that maybe we'll get 999 gold points early and then rebuild the palace, and maybe that'll do something for us. But this may also have just been a pointless side quest that I thought I could just back to the map, but I mean, I guess we should just do it. Worst case scenario here, I wasted about 5 minutes and I'll lose about 300 gold points. Best case scenario, I keep the gold points and just lose the progress, in the sense that I'd have to start at level 1 again. And yeah, it's better to waste that time now than make a whole nother episode. Yeah. We didn't get any of those gold points. Okay. So instead we are on the path of starting the next episode in this third world, which I believe there's only 6 worlds. So we'll start, we're about, I guess, a third of the way done with the game, which that seems okay. Like, they really can't go too crazy with the layouts of the Arkanoid floors and the layouts of boxes, and if they did go too crazy, it would just be extra difficult for no reason. Alright, well, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.